Hi guys, welcome to the vlog. Today I am exactly 38 weeks. 38 weeks pregnant. It is September 13th, Friday the 13th. It's a full moon, and I don't feel a dadgum thing. No signs of labor, nothing. I had my 38-week appointment yesterday. She said that she made me a 1. So I'm a 1 centimeter dilated. I did, my cervix has thinned out a little bit more from my 37 week though. I went from 50% effaced to 70%, and she did drop to a station 2. So for those of you guys that don't know, the stations as far as like where the baby is positioned is a -5 to a 5. I was a -3 last week. I'm a -2 this week. If I get to a 0, it means baby's engaged, meaning she's like in the birth canal. And a +5 station is baby's completely out. So she's dropping, but I'm not dilating. That doesn't mean anything necessarily. I could dilate 9 centimeters tonight, or I could stay a 1 for the next 3 weeks. I don't know, but that's where we're at. We are currently headed to dinner. From your perspective, how was my pregnancy?
It's gone pretty smoothly. That we have another pregnancy to compare it to, but it's gone relatively well.
From a husband's perspective, do you think I had any of the stereotypical pregnant woman?
I really don't think that you've had any. I mean, it's gone. I feel like it's gone so smooth that can't necessarily say that you've had issues that I thought we may run into.
Like what? Like when I first told you I was
you
pregnant.
didn't have morning sickness ever.
No.
I was kind of worried that just from talking to other people, friends and stuff, what their wives have gone through, some with morning sickness for months, sometimes throughout their entire pregnancy. You didn't have any odd cravings throughout your pregnancy. I think maybe a couple of times that happened, but even being pregnancy in the dead of the summer didn't seem like it bothered you that much. I think you worked out throughout the entire, you went to the gym today, so you've worked out through your entire pregnancy. I feel like you
I didn't really send you in the middle of the night to go get pickles and ice cream or anything weird. Dude, what do you think about my mood?
I feel like pregnancy is almost evened you out. Like you might have had a mood, a little bit more of a mood prior to being pregnant.
You think?
Yeah.
You don't think I've cried more since being pregnant though?
No.
Really?
Hell no.
Okay, but prior to being pregnant, I was more just moody around my period. Is that what you're saying?
No, that's
just all
not
the
what I'm saying. I'd say before you got pregnant, you could get a good cry in at least 5 to 7 times a week. Now, and not always a bad cry. It might have been a good cry, but now
I'm glad you know the difference between a good and a bad cry now.
During pregnancy, I feel like you've just been on an even keel. So
I feel like I kind of feel like
definitely thrown me for a loop.
What, being on an even keel?
Yeah. I just thought the hormones of pregnancy would be a little bit more of a roller coaster, and not just because it's you. I feel like that's just the story of women when they're pregnant. Hormones are all over the place, and yours have been really, like, you've handled it extremely well.
I guess from my perspective, I feel like I've been complaining the last couple of weeks a lot more.
Who wouldn't? I can't imagine how uncomfortable it is to kind of be at the end of what I think we're both excited about.
I guess just anxiety.
Just getting uncomfortable, anxiety. We're ready to meet our daughter, and there's a handful that play into all of it, but overall, I think you've handled it really, really well.
See, when I'm postpartum, I hear postpartum is another set of hormones. I got this on camera now, so now you'll say, oh, your pregnancy was great, but then postpartum you went freaking nuts.
You say all the right things when I'm hurting. You always pick me up when I am down. It's like you have a spark that leaves me burning. Yeah, you just have your ways to get me high. You make all my dreams come true. It feels right when I'm around you. We could break up and then make up. I always come back to you. You move me in a way never thought anyone could. You get me high. You're my drug when I am feeling blue. Yeah, it's all you, 'cause you're the one. Yeah, the one. Yeah, you're the one. Yeah, the one. You touch me in a way that makes me shiver. Sometimes I can't believe that you are mine.
Alright guys, welcome back to another commentary here. So today I'm going to walk you through my back and bicep workout. So the first exercise that I like to do on these back days is some single arm high rows. I really like this machine, the ISO lat pull down here. You could do it double or single arm, but I find that when I do it single arm, I can really concentrate on firing up those lats, which for me is kind of hard to hit sometimes. So I do about 2 to 3 sets here, about 12 to 15 reps on each side, going up in weight each time to really warm up those lats and stretch out my back. And then I moved on and went straight into a wide grip lat pull down. I'm already pretty warm here, so I'm slowly working up in weight as my reps go down. So I'll do, I think I said 4 sets here I did, and then I'm just gonna slowly bring the weight up as my reps go down for every set after that. Another angle here. Nice full stretch, and again, I'm trying to keep my grip really loose here because I find when I grip too hard, I feel more in my forearms. So I really want to keep that off my forearms and into my lats. The next exercise I did was a single arm seated cable row, and I like again doing the single arm because I can really focus more on the mind to muscle in each arm. You could totally do this with both arms. Different attachments here, but I'm really finding that I like this variation. So I start with my palm down, and as I row with one arm, I'm twisting my wrist so that my thumb's facing up. Another thing here, another body cue, is to really squeeze. Focus on your shoulder blade and your rhomboids kind of swallowing your spine. Squeeze and hold a little bit and get that nice full range of motion. Moving on to a straight arm lat pull down here, and as you can see, the last couple exercises I've kind of been doing a vertical, horizontal, and kind of switch off here, and sometimes I do that, so I'll hit kind of like the rhomboids in the mid back, and then I'll go back to the lats. And so again, this is another vertical pulling motion in the lats, kind of keeping my hands flat. I'm actually pushing down with the palms of my hands and almost like scooping with my lats. I keep the weight kind of light there too. And then moving on to another horizontal row here, I've got like a rear delt row, and it's more of a rear delt focus so that the weight is really light, and I'm really focusing on keeping my elbows out perpendicular from my body, parallel to the ground, and pulling with my rear delts. You can kind of see that here. Again, the trick with these is to keep your weight really light. Otherwise, some of your bigger muscles like your traps and your rhomboids are going to try to take over the movement, and you really just want to keep that mind to muscle in the rear delts. Okay, and then moving on over here, I did do a superset. I don't usually do a lot of chest, but I wanted to focus on the antagonist muscle here, the chest and the back, so I decided to throw in some cable chest flies, and let me tell you, I think I did 3 sets of these. I was sore the next day. So I focused on these, a nice stretch going a little bit past parallel to feel the stretch in your pecs, and then I actually superset this with some reverse cable crossovers, and these are going to hit more of your upper back because I'm really focusing on squeezing and crossing those arms in front of me, squeezing with my upper back. As you can see, the weight is also pretty light here for me, and I think I got about 12 reps, so not exactly rear delt focused, more upper back on these. And then I finished it off with these barbell curl every minute on the minute for 5 minutes. So what I do is I start at the top of a minute and I curl for 12 reps. And then what I do is I'll check my watch here in a second, and however many seconds are left in that particular minute, that will be my rest time. And then at the top of the next minute, I go ahead and do 12 more reps. So I'm doing this basically 5 sets, and I'm determining my rest time. Rest time basically gets slower and slower as I start to fatigue, but this is a really good burnout, and I love doing these. So that was the end of my workout. I hope you guys enjoyed. I will catch you in the next commentary. Guys, I'm just logging on here this morning. So we just got back from the gym, and I did film that on my new GoPro, so I'm excited to upload that footage. I think it worked out pretty good. It might be a little shaky because I'm still getting used to like the controls of it, but it's really cool because I can get different angles with it. So I did do a back day, back by, upper body kind of day. It's always busy there on Saturdays, so I kind of made do with what I had. A lot of machine work in this one, but I am so sore from yesterday's leg day, which will be on Instagram too, so I will link my Instagram account right here, because I usually film 1 video for Instagram and 1 for my YouTube channel every week. So there's a leg day that'll be on Instagram that my butt is so sore. But I woke up this morning, got a little bit of work done, and then now I'm just making like my my post-workout meal, which is sometimes my breakfast, but as normal on a weekend, I'm behind in eating. So this is what I've been loving lately. So this is just a half a cup of oats, and I've got about a half a cup of blueberries. I do the frozen because then it melts in here. And then I have a little bit of almond butter. This is the almond butter that I use. I absolutely love it. And then I have a serving of amped protein in here. This is the amped protein that I use. I've been using it my entire pregnancy. So it's all mixed in, and I kind of like to make mine like more chunky so it doesn't have a lot of water. I've already started in on this, but it is so good, and it has been helping my digestion so much. And then I did make Elliot a sandwich. So I'm using my gluten-free bread here. I've got 2 eggs, 1 cheese, and some turkey bacon. So I've got a little bit more work to do, and then we are going to probably run some errands. Tomorrow is my nephew's birthday. Well, actually, all 3 of my nephews were born in September, which is crazy because that's when our baby girls do. So we'll have 4 grandkids on Elliot's side of the family, all born in September. So we are gonna go out, get the boys some presents, because tomorrow is their conjoined birthday party, all 3 of them at the house. So we'll go do that. Got a couple more errands to do. And Elliot wants to get some stuff done around the house. Yesterday was a full moon, and baby didn't come. So she'll come when she wants, but I guess I'm just starting to get really anxious because there's so many unknowns. So anyways, I just heard him come back with ice, so we'll see what the rest of the day brings. What did you just say to me?
If you ever want to get a minivan, I'll fly for divorce the next day.
Really? Why do we pull up to stores and sit there for a while?
That's where we talk.
Ugh, this kid. She's killing me in here.
Whose is it?
Whose kid is this? into that secondhand kids store and I picked up some of these books for my nephews. And then we did make these. I had these made on Etsy for Christmas. So I started giving these to my nephews for their book collection. So I made one for all three of them. They're just little stickers that I can stick on the inside of these books for them. So we'll add to their book collection. And then of course we had to get a fireman uniform because they only have one and they fight over the other one. And then Elliot had to pick up these Nerf guns. So I'm gonna wrap those up. It's your birthday?
Yeah.
Who said that? Whose birthday is it?
Huh?
Ours?
Okay. So,
Have you been fighting fires all day?
Oh, wow.
dang, dude, have
Yeah.
you been working all day?
He's been working all day.
At the firehouse?
What?
He's been working all day at the firehouse. He might be too tired to open presents then.
Uh-oh, are you too tired? How old are you guys?
I'm fine.
5?
How old's Trip?
How? Okay, you have to do a test for me to prove it.
No.
5 push-ups each. Not girl ones, boy ones. 5 push-ups if you can open presents. Ready?
Yeah.
Go.
1, 2, 3.
Alright, there we go. That's a man push-up if I've ever seen one.
I like Trip's push-ups.
There you go. Strengthen the neck. Perfect. There you go.
What other
Couple more.
workouts can you do, Trip?
Ooh,
Workouts?
trippy. What other workouts do you know?
This one? I don't know. I'm doing a black.
A crab?
Walk.
Yep, that's a crab walk.
That's a black one.
I'm not really sure what that is. I think that might be an otter.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that's a black one.
I think it might be an otter. You're backstroking in the water.
How about we open presents now?
He's just leaving
We open presents now.
Tempe Scottsdale area, but
How
he's
about
got
we
a
open